Good Sunday afternoon to you all, YouTube. It is 1:20 now in the PM, as you can see, indicated here by the nice large clock. Um, this is this is a story about a trip we took yesterday to watch my grandson Bryce play ball in a tournament up near Indianapolis. Um, I wasn't going to go to this at first because basically I had went out to my daughter's on Friday and stayed kind of late. Well, it wasn't real late, but I mean, time I got home it was late. And usually that wipes me out pretty much, from doing anything the next day. So, but anyway, long story short, as they say, I decided I'd go. So my son said he was going to be there, so I hadn't seen him for a while. I want to see him. And so that's what we decided to do. So what I did, and I'll show you, bring a map up here. Here's me at home right here. That says New Farmington, but that's actually not on home. But anyway, I traveled up 31 here and traveled to my daughter's house, which they live all around in here somewhere, we'll say. And then got into their vehicle, and we traveled all the rest of the way up here on I-65. As you can see, pretty close to the outskirts of Indianapolis here. And West Swiss Valley, or Smith Valley Road, is basically where we were headed. And of course, in that journey itself wasn't too bad. It was good roads and stuff. So that part of it went rather well. So I was, happy about that. So of course, my daughter's navigating, my son-in-law is driving, and the way that works is she's got the GPS on her phone, and she's telling him which way to go. And so let's go to the next slide here. I think I've got that up on the screen here, so you can see this is Smith Valley Road here, and of course it took a little while to get from the expressway over to this point because it's quite a ways, and you go through a great deal of intersections and things like that. But anyway, long story short, this is basically where we were headed, right here. Now it's a little difficult to see, but there's a road here called Night Drive, and it comes over to here and comes right across 37, which is, you can see right there, is marked 37. Now, that was very straightforward. In other words, you basically drive straight to it and no problems. But we ran into a problem. And before I go to the next slide, let me just tell you that Indiana, state of Indiana, INDOT, is in the process of changing over State Route 37 to I-69. And as such, they are, working along this road to change various sections from an interstate, or from a state road to an interstate. And of course, to do that, you just can't take out, the whole road. You have to do it a section at a time. And our luck was that we got there just in time for this to be the section that they're working on. And so let me just switch to the next slide here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now this is it's basically just another close-up of it, but you can see that 37 was already a divided highway. But like again, here's the road coming down or going over to the ballparks. We're here. And it basically crosses the 37 right here at Smith Valley Road. Well, it's County Road 900, but that's not a big deal. Anyway, so there you go. That's basically what we're up against. And I thought, well, that's not too bad. My daughter on GPS is telling my son-in-law when we get to this intersection to go straight. But, as you will see by the next slide, due to due to construction, this section of 37 is gone. and they are in the process of replacing this section with Interstate I-69. And there was, as such, they had gotten to the stage where there was gravel here along this route, dirt and gravel. So my son-in-law, when he pulled up to this intersection, he was highly confused because my daughter's telling him to go straight. Well, there's two barricades right here, with the orange, not orange barrels, but orange barricades, orange and white barricades right there, telling you you can't go in there. And so he turned left, out of confusion because he didn't know where he was going. And we ended up going down this part of, they had basically turned 37 into a 2-lane highway on this side. And so we went all the way down to the next intersection before we could turn around and come back to this point. And that was quite a ways, as a matter of fact, because they had barricades between, the two sections, and you couldn't get across until you got to an intersection. So anyway, we did that and came back to this point, and at that point, she told him, turn left, it's just a gravel road into the thing. So we did. Well, we got onto this gravel part here, and it's very clear this is not where we're going. But Randy, my son-in-law, he drove all the way up to this point here until basically the van was bottoming out from, there was no road there. And finally he turned around and came back to this point and decided we'd go this way for a change. Well, just as soon as we made the turn, we saw a sign that said Night Drive Detour. So we had not seen that over here, and it may have been there, but we certainly didn't see it. For one thing, I didn't know we were looking for Night Drive. I didn't know where we were going. I was in the back seat along with my great-granddaughter back there, and we were just having a good time, just along for the ride. So anyway, you basically had to drive all the way up here, and I'll show you to take the next thing, and we'll show you how to do that. So basically, like I said, you take the detour this way, and again, you go. The next intersection is above the map up here. You can't see it, but you basically do a U-turn right there and come back down this way, and then they've made a temporary driveway over here to the road to where you can get back onto this night drive. Well, that's the way we did, and we finally got there. And I asked my daughter, I said, well, why didn't my son and his wife tell us that you had to do that? Because they were already there. And she said, I don't know. And we never did figure out exactly why nobody bothered to tell us that was how you had to do it. Maybe they thought we would see, and I'm sure there was a sign down here that said Night Drive Detour to the right. And none of us noticed it because I guess the only one that was probably even remotely aware of what the road name was my daughter, because she was watching the GPS. And again, that's just some of the problems you run into in having a navigator that's not the driver, I guess, is basically what I'm saying. But so that wasn't too bad, and we finally got there. Everybody's still in one piece, and we're all doing pretty good. Well, let me show you what the park looked like. All right, so once we got to the baseball diamonds, which is basically right here, you can see them, all the fields. There's quite a few of them. And this is where you had to park the car, right here. And you basically walked from there to whatever field that your team was playing on. And it just so happens, and I'll make this smaller, just so happens that ours was the furthest one away. And now I'm not an invalid by any stretch of the imagination, but I got to tell you that carrying my chair, I had a fold-up chair with me, carrying my chair all this distance took its toll. And like I said, we finally met up with my son and daughter-in-law here, sitting here waiting on the game hadn't started yet. So once they started, we ended up putting our chairs over here behind the backstop, and they have a awning or portable awning, whatever you call that thing, tarp, But we all got set up underneath that and started watching the games. And like I said, that was of course the same thing happens when you're leaving. And this was after there was two games to watch. We got there before the first one even started. So once we got sit down, we watched two games. Now they went in succession. There was not very much delay between the games. But again, after you sit there, and of course we had I think I asked let's see, whoever was going to get the refreshments to get me a thing of popcorn each time. And the first time I got nachos and cheese, which that was fine with me. I didn't care. And the second time I asked for popcorn, I got a pretzel and cheese. So that was just some of the fun of that. Like I say, it wasn't a big deal. But anyway, that was the problems, I guess you could say, of getting to the. Now I did notice that. When I came back, I walked up until this point right here, and I set my chair because I left before everybody else. They were all still talking. I said, I'm going to get a head start, and I walked to this point here, and I set my chair up and waited for somebody to come around the corner here so I could, know it was time to move on. And I watched the first set. I was watching for my daughter because she's probably the slowest one. And they went this way, and I'm thinking, well, I knew where it went, but it comes out over here. And I don't know, I just had it in my mind that, we were actually as close to this, probably in the middle of this thing here. So probably 6 of one, half dozen the other. But anyway, I was already committed to this way, and I wasn't going to walk all the way back there. So I just went ahead and continued my journey this way and finally got to the car. And I'll tell you, I was beat when I got to that car. So it was all I could do to put my seat in the back and got into the seat of the car, and that was it. So but anyway, let me show you now. I did take some footage at the game, and we will check that out now, and hope you enjoy it.
I found one that was like $29.99, but really?
What was that?
Don't ask about that. Just go see what they have. Go with Chris.
What's he want? Are you going to eat that taco?
Good eye, Bryce. Let's go. Bryce. Come on, Bryce. Diet Mountain Dew okay? Yeah, she said that's fine. Diet Mountain Dew.
Came here to watch the ball.
Go, Bryce.
I just wanted a popsicle if they had them.
How can I have a popsicle? It's hot out here.
You have one.
They ain't got a freezer on their golf cart.
He does.
You think I got a generator on there or something? Come on, Carson. Bryce is actually running.
That's a nice punt.
What do you usually do?
Usually somebody runs for him.
He's
catching. I guess that's a new thing.
Go, Landon.
They got walk. Got walk. Yeah, see. Might get too hot, man. core's getting hot.
Bottom of the third, Oil Bombers 12U, 7,
Need a
Dearborn
cool
County
down.
Goodfellas 12U, 2.
Need a cool down.
See America steps up to the plate, 0 for 0
I'm starting
today.
to sweat.
That's your automatic.
The count is 0 and 1.
Don't have a meltdown, do you?
Go, Coop.
The count is 1 and 1.
That's what happens when the core gets hot.
The count is 1 and 2.
Never hot. Is that the right custom for the other one?
I got the same thing Grandma Ruby had, I think. Remember how she used to sweat?
Yeah, I was telling I have full stuff.
Oh, well, that's nice. I don't think I have the same problem.
Sweating a whole lot.
Right, I have.
I was gonna say maybe grandma was something.
And she kept talking about her belly getting big, too. Grandma really wasn't proud of you, her belly was big.
That is a
See
symptom
America
from
sails
that.
to the third baseman.
They just
See
didn't
Roberts
check for it
steps
back
up to
then,
the plate,
and
0
let
for 1
everything else
today.
on there, they just assumed. I didn't have that symptom,
Count is
but I
1 and
wasn't
0.
as thin as grandma was when I told that last. But remember she couldn't walk up the steps without losing her breath and stuff? All the
See
time.
America advances to second on pass
But they
ball.
won't do genetic testing on them because I have to block the blood thinners to do it. And they don't think it's worth
The
it.
count is 2 and 0.
Hey, you missed that. Hey, good move.
This kid.
Good move.
Why do you do that?
Right.
Stay there so you know he commits. I wasn't paying. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
Oh no, you're right. So, no, I guess you're not.
Gotta tag it.
Come on, Blake.
30. 30.
Hey, that's all right. Hey,
The count is 3 and 0.
you're good. Nice job.
See America steals third.
What's that guy out there?
Get here.
That's coach in the NCAA. County Everett.
The umpire.
No, coach.
The umpire with the red shirt on.
Oh, is he an umpire? Whatever. Doesn't he remind you of Tony Everett, though?
Roberts lines out to second baseman. See America remains in third. Steve Johnson steps up to the plate, 0 for 1 today.
I know. We're not doing.
The count is 1 and 0.
Come on now.
Oh, I got you.
Don't help me.
And I'm closing the door.
The count is 1 and 1.
All right.
You're right on it, Brooks.
Protect yourself.
Go, Brooks.
The count is 1 and 2.
What's that quick one?
Yeah. Way to run, Coop.
Go, LT. Come on around. Find the hole.
It's a ground ball and reaches on an error by third baseman. See America scores.
Now you got a
Oil
bigger
Bombers
hole.
12U, 7. Dearborn County
7 to 3.
3. Time steps up to the plate. They're 1 for 1 today.
Yeah, buddy, I don't know what to do with it.
Cut.
Count is 1 and 0.
If you ain't gonna use it, you ain't gonna use it.
Johnson advances to second on pass ball.
Flag it.
The count is 1 and 1.
Come on, LT.
actually hit the foul pole.
Come on, Jordan, get a hold of one.
If it didn't hit it, it would be out.
I thought that had me.
Relax, kid. You got this, 2A.
Mikey, oh, that is Mikey, isn't it?
Tide doubles on a hard ground ball to third baseman. B. Johnson scores. Oil Bombers 12 7. Dearborn County Goodfellas 12 4. Jay Whitaker steps up to the plate. Arrow for 1
Ooh, man, that's hard.
Base hit, 2-3.
Go, Madden.
Jay Whitaker grounds out. Second baseman to first baseman. Cal Tig advances to third.
Yeah! Anyway. Hey, don't stop now.
Keep it going, let's go! Here we go, Gordon! Confidence, kid, you got this!
You can hit it.
Why, Mr. Cliche? Looks like you might have to get out there and help him, Christian.
Come on, Gordon. Come on, Gordon.
Something because you're our last kid.
He played
besides
baseball this year.
Did he?
Yeah, he played baseball.
Go, Gordon!
Playing archery too.
Base hit, kid!
Yeah, he's doing archery. This year for archery would be pretty cool because
Dearborn
it's still
County
around different
Goodfellas
places
12
this year.
5.
Black
steps
Good
up
night,
to the
Gordon.
plate.
Me and Bryce are our
Go,
final
11!
kids of this generation that playing baseball and archery. I'm 19.
The count is 0-1.
Bryce plays football and basketball, doesn't he? No,
I
baseball.
don't know if he's playing football.
Baseball and
Said he
basketball.
wasn't.
That's all he wants to play.
Yeah, Gordon, come on, 11.
The count is 1-1.
Yeah, that's what Bryce did. But he did it for a couple years. He didn't want to get hurt for baseball.
The count is 2-1.
Who's coaching football, Callie? You know what?
Don't leave him out there now. Come on, Gordon.
Brooks isn't playing?
The count is 3-1.
My bad. Made it back already?
Yes.
What is this? What is this?
I don't know.
Way to battle, Gordon.
Keep battling, 11! You got
Oh,
this!
looks like Bryce is
Good
gonna
job,
catch
Gordon.
this
Keep it
next
up. Keep battling.
Come
on, base hit somewhere.
one. I think so. I don't know. I haven't seen anything that says for sure.
I know, and
Here we go!
he forever had Tracy's picture still on his profile, even though they have pictures together, but she's got him on her profile. So. And then his still says engaged.
The last one was high.
This age.
It's one of those at this age. Sometimes they get it.
We got two out there for you, kid.
Come on, Bryce.
Base scores!
Find the hole.
And that's what they do. It's
Go, Bryce. Get a hold of one. Come on, 16.
Hey, Blue, we were told you had one of our
well, I was
balls.
gonna say, here's what we learned with our kids. When we made them start paying for stuff, they sure as heck took better care of it.
Are you gonna hit the ball, Mighty Moo?
I'll have it on YouTube, bud.
Hey,
I
Bryce.
came all the way to see ya.
Hey, Bryce. I love you.
Tell him to stop embarrassing you.
back to the shoot. They usually won't talk to me.
Right. Come on, 16.
Base hit scores. Let's go, Bryce.
Target time. Be smart here, guys. Smart.
Mm.
Get that.
Go! That'll work.
I'll come out to remind the other players to watch first and third. And the umpire's like, why are you come out for that?
I don't think that was the call. I don't think that was the play, was it?
Huh?
I like that.
Yeah.
What language?
Come on, Bryce.
They're not close to it.
Right.
Good job, Bryce. Keep your eye on the ball.
116.
How's the pitcher going to throw it if his eye's on the ball?
Advances to second on error by Patrick.
Obviously. She's mad. We do that all the time when we're not around.
She's mad.
That's what we all say when mom's mad.
Here's the thing. This pitcher is not throwing near as many strikes as he is balls.
Oh.
But it dropped right before it came in. So that's why Bryce just needs to watch it. Because if I walk again.
The count is 1-1.
You don't want to swing at crap.
No kidding.
Listen, Dad. If we want to win this game, we're going to have to score more runs than the other team.
Really?
We were at one of Thomas's games one time. And Randy really said that, like, dead serious. He's like, well, you know, Thomas and them are going to have to score more runs if they want to win this game. No kidding.
And he said that when he coached Bryce.
Drop.
He did it.
Yeah. Straighten that out a little bit better.
Yeah.
That was a nice job, Bryce.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to live without that.
That wasn't 3 days, baby.
Of course, I went 4 days without any. Most people couldn't take that. I had plenty of whiskey running through my veins. That was all right.
Listen, when I woke up from
That's
those 3
Bryce.
days, the flowers on the walls were dancing, and the pattern, the stripes on the walls were
You
racing
had
each
whiskey
other.
running through your veins too?
No, I had fentanyl running through my veins.
Oh, I thought that stuff kills you or something.
Everybody says that. It does, in the wrong dosage.
I didn't know you were a drug user. I'm gonna have to sit somewhere
That
else.
Took all the pain away, I'll tell you that.
No.
But I asked to be taken off.
Yeah, don't you know booze and alcohol don't miss, or booze and pills don't miss?
Right.
You know how in the 70s show the wallpaper dances in the background?
Oh yeah.
That's how it looked.
Oh, okay.
It was freaking.
Guys, play D.
I understand, sweetie.
Man, that was a good hit. That surprised me. I didn't think he was gonna get it.
That was a
It didn't look like it was lined up right, but it was.
On your toes, Bryce. Be on your toes, bud.
He's Bryce.
Protect that umpire at all costs.
And the Pit Vipers, Bryce. Protect the Pit Vipers.
Number 55 singles on a ground ball to center fielder B. Roberts.
They're the best sunglasses ever.
Nemo steps up to the plate. 0 for 1 today.
Today. Tomorrow it'll be something different.
No, always.
It was Ray-Ban when we were younger.
Ooh.
He said, they said, sit down.
And he's got an arm on him too. Though.
That's one of them injuries that just embarrasses you more than anything else.
What is it?
I said it's one of them
He wanted to slide
injuries
around.
that embarrass you more than anything
Oh
else.
yeah.
That kid
I was
thinks
just-
now he might be a decent ball player.
Go, bro.
Just like he put no effort in throwing the ball whatsoever, and then it's like, you know what I mean?
Did you ever see Billy play?
Yeah. I went up there and watched him play a couple times.
Nice kid.
He was
Come on there,
almost where I was. Not quite.
Oh, Watson's back.
He had a pretty good fastball.
Don't.
Dad taught me to throw that thing at 150.
It did.
Remember, Dad?
Yeah. I went supersonic on you, I know.
Right.
We had Billy has great hand-eye coordination from playing video games all the time.
Yeah, they say it helps these kids these days, but they still gotta get out and exercise and get all
Billy
the...
did that too, though.
I'm talking about everybody else.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, but that's what he was great. And then he did gymnastics for a year.
Gymnastics?
That develops the athletic part of your brain.
Oh, and there's
Go, Brooks,
where it
come
all
back, get him.
starts.
Actually, it started because he went with his sister and watched, and he would do stuff, and I thought he might as well do it.
Nice.
And then I found out later.
I'm her bodyguard. I should have said she was
Get you out now.
back.
It's hard though.
Well, I wanted to record an inning while Bryce was catching, but I don't know if my camera's got enough memory and battery to do that.
Nice camera.
Thanks.
On a line drive to center fielder B. Roberts. Number 55 stands on the throw. Oil Bombers 12U.
Never seen one in my life.
Goodfellas 12U.
You haven't. Now you have.
CG steps up to the plate. They're 1 for 1 today. The count is 1-0. Mo steals second.
That's a foul ball. That's a foul ball, isn't it?
What's it called?
Foul ball.
Thank you.
I wanted to see if he threw him out. If he threw him out, it was fair.
The count is 1-1.
Good job, Blue. Good call.
Well, bounce when he was standing there in the grass.
Come on, Brandon. Drive yours. Drive yours.
The count is 2-1.
Yeah.
You gotta get down.
Hold on, Ted.
Yeah, and they play back to back.
Yeah, but if any of these boys
Get it out here.
hang on. You can tell by the way they're playing. Billy was not allowed to swim on the days he played ball.
Swim? She went swimming.
Nobody was swimming.
People would say, well, why not?
Who's staying in the
CG
hotel?
signals on a line drive to right fielder C. Rutherford. Mo advances to third. Number 20 steps up to the plate. 0 for 1 today.
Drive away. Drive away. Come on now.
The count is 0-1. CG steals second.
Hey, battle, man. Battle, 20. Battle.
That's what's
Count is 0-2.
It's more sticky.
What was that?
My logging chain.
It was Wayne. He's hiding.
Nice catch.
Yeah, real nice kid.
She's honest. Actually, I was trying to get away, but I missed. Okay.
Catch Madden.
Time out now.
Yeah.
No, I'll come out until the game's over.
Number 20 flies out to left fielder M. Peelman. Mo remains at third. CG remains at second.
I don't know, but there's another
JT
one.
steps up to the plate. 0 for 2 today.
Babble.
Oh, right in the dugout. Cool.
That was convenient.
Yeah.
The count is 0 and 1.
Hit the foul pole. You get a dugout. These guys are good. It's like golf. They should play baseball golf. Oh.
What? What?
Yeah, man, way
Give us
back
that one,
here.
Dave.
He was under the
Let's go drive something.
Go, guys, it's getting out.
Alright, I'm going to bed.
Hey, I can see there. Let's go.
JT singles on a
Is this
ground
first
ball
or
to left
second
fielder
game?
Empilman. Camo scores. CG advances to third. Oil Bombers 12U 9. Dearborn
You
County
get it working,
Goodfellas
Randy?
12U 6.
Oh my god. That would have
Number
been out of the
15
park.
steps up to the plate. They're 1 for 2 today.
I'm gonna go find that ball.
Do what?
I'll give you some play-by-play, but that's probably JT steals second.
That's in the woods.
The count is 0 and 1.
Chris would be fine with that. Chris would be fine with that.
What? Play by play?
Randy being
Who did?
getting on the boys, so then they know.
It's all right.
I'm fine with it.
I should have brought my glove.
You know what Randy
Thought I
figured
was
out
gonna
for the first time
The
ever?
count is 1 and 1.
That mound moves.
No, that,
Billy's didn't. Billy's was real.
Well, that's up.
yeah, his bat sounded flat.
Get it in.
Yeah, his bat sounded.
Well, he's really wearing football gloves. That's not allowed.
Yeah, that's really not
Football
allowed.
gloves.
And baseball
Football gloves.
gloves. And
Here's some driving.
You guys
the
are
only
more
thing is if
sticky.
he's wearing those, then they're not about cheating.
Baseball cheating.
They're stickier. Football gloves are stickier.
So was pine tar.
Come on, guys, use your head.
Bryce does not have fine tar.
Number 15 singles on a pop fly to right fielder C. Rutherford. CG scores. JT advances to third. Oil Bombers 12U 10. Dearborn County Goodfellas 12U 6.
Yeah.
Number 35 steps up to the plate. 0 for 1 today.
Get yours and drive it. 3-5.
You're not allowed to have football gloves or fine tar.
Number 15 steals second.
Can you have
You guys, they
spit,
put-
Mr. Fishman?
Nice pitch.
Count is 1 and 0.
Now that was 2. Guys, you're driving yours. You're driving yours. Come on.
That's spit.
Hey, just like Lucy, man.
Count is 1 and 1.
Okay? Come on now.
You're not allowed. If they catch you doing it, you're out.
Ooh.
Lock and
I
fire,
can protect
bud.
people.
Go, Brooks.
Are you getting uncomfortable too?
Yeah, I've been sitting too
I
long.
put my shorts on out here and realized I got a big grease spot from when I was working on Christian's lawnmower. Oh.
Nice pitch.
Jake, Thomas.
Hey, here's what happens. Put a ball in play, get us a run. Put a ball in play, get us a run.
Joe is hot, you know.
The count is 2 and 2.
Nice pitch. Get out of here now.
Is there another girl here waiting?
Yeah, what's your Snapchat? It's probably they do.
So, sorry about your luck.
There's a little breeze.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Remains at third. Number 15
Yeah.
remains at second.
Let's just some more up.
Nice pitch.
Number 2 They're 2 for 2 today.
No, I think she's a back
Get yours and drive it. Get
Yeah,
yours
she's
and drive it. Come on now.
right here, honey.
Alright, but I gotta lean back.
Count is 0 and 1.
Well,
No.
she's older than you, so you stole her name.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Oh, nice.